Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Eccentric Mind Podcast with George Hernandez. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Well, welcome. I didn't have an idea for today's podcast episode, but I finished my morning session running, and I immediately, on my way home, was thinking about this quote that I read or heard from Bruce Lee. And I'm not sure if he was on like a TV show or like a movie, or if it was like some like commercial or something, but this quote helped me when I was like down bad, bro. So I don't know, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about the quote, and then I was thinking about like what it meant, and then I was thinking about how it could help other people. Like it just branched off into so many other things. So I was like, okay, that means I gotta talk about it. So I'm gonna share the video right now, and we'll break it down after.
Like everyone else, you want to learn the way to win, but never to accept the way to lose. To accept defeat, to learn to die is to be liberated from it. You must free your ambitious mind and learn the art of dying.
Like everyone else, you want to learn the way to win, but never to learn the way to lose. To accept defeat, to learn to die is to be liberated from it. You must free your ambitious mind and learn the art of dying. Sounds a little complicated, and it's not very much complicated. I think if you have like a mindset completely morphed into failure and winning and success and all this, it kind of makes sense. But if you don't understand it, don't worry, I got you. So, like everyone else, you want to learn the way to win. Everybody wants to win. When you look up a business on how to build a business, you want it to be as successful as it could possibly be, but you want it now. You want to win now. You want the body now. You want to be the leader now, right? We all want to win. Everyone else wants to win. But what we do is we do research, we do studies, we do this, so that way we can have a full understanding, a full scope, and a full picture of how to win and how to grasp it within the palm of our hands. But we refuse to go to this other side, which is failure, right? And he says it, but never to accept the way to lose. You know, everybody else can go and do research about how to be a great leader. Everybody can go and do research about how to lift properly and how to diet properly. But if you never go on to the other side, which is lift and get into the gym and put in the reps, you're never going to learn how to actually win without first losing and making a fool of yourself and embarrassing yourself, right? And losing and failing. We never accept the idea of losing, right? Which also goes into the ambitious mind. We never accept the way to lose. All we want to do is learn to win. All right? We never actually go into the physical plane and learn to lose. You know, it's the last thing we want, because failure is so rampant inside of our heads, and we refuse the idea of it because the more we think about it in our head, the worse it gets and the worse it gets. So we stay away from it and just paint the picture of what it could potentially look like if we just figure out how to win more and more and more. But life is a paradox. You cannot possibly win without first losing, you know? So to accept defeat, to learn to die, is to be liberated from it. So to accept defeat, to learn to die, is just that. He doesn't mean die in a sense of losing your life. He means die in a sense of failure, losing, and sucking, being trash at what you do. So to accept defeat, to learn to die, is to be liberated from it. What does liberated mean? Liberated means being free of. So once you die, lose, fail, suck, the more often you suck and fail and lose, the more often you're going to disassociate yourself with the idea of losing as a painful thing. And once you liberate yourself from the idea of dying, from the idea of sucking, from the idea of losing, and it no longer physically or mentally harms you, that is when you become a lethal, dangerous individual, because nothing can stop you now. Once you have gotten rid of the idea of failure as a bad thing, there is nothing you can't do. There is nothing that could possibly stop you, because you now see failure as another repetition. You see failure as another set of learning. You see failure as another lesson, instead of something that is going to harm you and kill you and, take over you and ruin your life. So to accept defeat, to learn to die, is to be liberated from it. So the more you die, quote unquote, the more you're liberated and free from the idea that failure is a bad thing. So you must free your ambitious mind. Yes, this one is huge, because we as individuals have a highly ambitious mind. I think a lot of people have incredible ideas. A lot of people have fascinating details about their lives and stories. But because it looks so good in their head and it looks so good in their mind, they do have an ambitious mind, but they don't take ambitious actions. So you must free your ambitious mind. The ambitious mind expects perfection. The ambitious mind expects everything to be so good. The ambitious mind expects everything that they thought of up in here can also be put out here, right? But like now, they think if it doesn't look the way it looks up in here now, then they refuse to take action and ownership of it. They don't want to do it. So you must free your ambitious mind. Get rid of the notion that it's going to be perfect inside of your head. And what? Lose, 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 lose. You must free your ambitious mind and learn the art of dying. The art of dying is sucking. The art of dying is losing. The art of dying is failing. Get rid of the notion that everything is going to be perfect. Get rid of the idea that everything is going to look exactly the way you pictured it. Instead of trying to win and succeed and be perfect at everything you do at barely starting at your journey, embrace the idea that it is not going to be anything like that. Instead, learn the art of dying. Because when you die, quote unquote, when you fail, when you suck, when you lose, the lessons and the insights that you gain from losing gets you closer and closer and closer to that success that you want so badly. Let's say it one more time. Or, let's let Bruce Lee wrap it up.
Else. You want to learn the way to win, but never to accept the way to lose. To accept defeat, to learn to die is to be liberated from it. You must free your ambitious mind and learn the art of dying.
Learn the art of dying, ladies and gentlemen. Figure out that it is not the person that gets the idea, perfects it on their first try, and everything goes well. Get rid of that idea that you can research your way to success, that you can paint the picture in one go the way that you expect it and the way for it to look. Get rid of your ambitious mind. Get rid of your arrogance. Get rid of the idea that you're going to be so good. Drop it and embrace the fact that you will fucking suck. Embrace the idea that you're not going to be as good as the way you expected or thought of in your head. Get rid of the idea that you're going to win from the very beginning, because it won't go that way. Get rid of your ambitious mind. Learn the art of dying. Embrace the idea of failing, and you'll reach that idea of success that you originally thought of in the first place. So stop trying to succeed at the very beginning. Lower your ego, fail a couple of times, learn from those failures, gain the insights from failing and taking the risks and making the sacrifices, and therefore it gives you kind of a launch pad, so that way you can get closer and closer to that success that you originally envisioned inside of your head. So I'll wrap that one up. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been the Eccentric Mind Podcast with George Hernandez, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day.
Like everyone else, you want to learn the way to win, but never to accept the way to lose.